Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is the fact that, do you remember when you were younger and you would, save your glass bottles or even your cans, your soda cans, and you would bring them to the store that you bought them from, and you can return them and you'd get like 5 cents or whatever, right? And then you would save your change so you can go buy another soda, right? I remember doing that when I was a kid, me and my sister Janine, and we would save our bottles or our cans, and we would bring them to the Ben Franklin store on New Jersey Avenue, where we lived in Absecon, New Jersey. And my parents were like, oh, here you go, you can get in, and we put them in a plastic bag and we would go to the store, right? So this is happening still to this day, but someone has taken it to a whole nother level and they're actually getting in trouble for it. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the word arbitrage? Arbitrage is a trade strategy to generate gains from the difference in a security's price in different markets. You purchase assets from one market at a lower price, and then you sell them in another at a higher price, thus generating profit. There's a crazy application of this principle that can be found in the classic Seinfeld episode. Remember watching Seinfeld? I love that show. That and Friends. And it's called the bottle deposit, in which Newman, remember the mailman? Newman. He was one of my favorites. He learns that bottles and cans can be refunded for 5 cents in New York, but go for 10 cents in Michigan. And the scheme bonds Newman and Kramer into an adventure that goes sideways, as is usually what the case is. Well, this scheme has been widely used in real life, but as it happens, it's against the law. So California prosecutors say that a family, and I cannot believe this actually happened, but it did. A family made actually $7.6 million from recycling materials that they purchased in Arizona, and that they defrauded the state of California. Yeah. A California family that earned millions of dollars just by recycling cans and bottles has now been accused of multiple felonies that could lead to years behind bars. Swear. In a felony complaint filed this month, state prosecutors charged 8 family members in Riverside County with defrauding the state by importing used bottles and cans from Arizona, some 178 tons in 8 months, and then recycling them in California. Besides the money the family already made from sales, authorities also found more than $1 million worth of illegally imported beverage containers. Now, California's recycling program is funded by consumers and helps protect the environment and the communities. Those who try to undermine its integrity through criminal operations will be held accountable. So, in the criminal complaint, prosecutors accuse the family members of unlawfully conspiring to commit grand theft and then defrauding the California recycling program on a chronic and ongoing basis by seeking reimbursement for out-of-state containers and containers that had already been redeemed within California. How that works, no clue. So if they've already been redeemed, how are they getting back and then redeeming them again? I don't know. So felony grand theft is an offense that carries a hefty sentence in California. 3 years in state prison can be increased to another 3 years because the family was redeeming out-of-state containers in such a massive amount. This illegal arbitrage capitalizes on the discrepancy of recycling redemptions from state to state. I am like, whoa. So when someone purchases a plastic or aluminum bottle in California, they pay 5 or 10 cents in redemption value, which the one can have repaid by returning the items to the one of the state's more than 1,200 recycling centers. Arizona doesn't have that program, meaning you can buy the recycled material much, much cheaper. In the classic bottle deposit episode on Seinfeld, the math is different. Kramer tells Newman it's impossible to gain a profit from depositing bottles in Michigan due to the gas and the tolls and the truck rental fees and blah, blah, blah. So while insanely crunching the numbers, Newman realizes that there will be a surge of mail the week before Mother's Day to be sorting in Michigan and blah, 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 blah. Because remember, he's a mailman. So he signs up for a mail truck that will carry spillover mail from the 4 main trucks, leaving plenty of space for bottles and cans to refund in Michigan and therefore avoiding truck rental fees. Newman and Kramer, they set off collecting and stealing cans and bottles. But while driving the mail truck to Michigan, Kramer spots Jerry's stolen car on an Ohio highway and alerts Jerry by cell phone. Jerry, in a lane, urging Kramer, diverts from the road to Michigan to pursue Jerry's car, struggling to keep up. Kramer, in true Seinfeld style, because I love that damn show, dumps their bottles and cans in mailbags, and ultimately Newman himself makes the truck move faster. So I am still in shock that it actually happened. Not the Seinfeld episode, but the fact that they made $7.6 million in deposits from cans and bottles. What have I been doing wrong my whole life? I could be a millionaire by now, but I won't do it because it's illegal. So, yeah, wow. All right, guys, just stew on this for a minute. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.